The moment she said the words, my heart thudded against my ribs like it wanted to break free. Her parents, visiting? And she told them she had a boyfriend? Me? But I wasn't her boyfriend, not really. In that moment, standing under the flickering streetlight outside her apartment, I felt the ground shift beneath my feet. It wasn't fear, exactly. It was something deeper, something I didn't know how to name, something that felt like hope wrapped in panic. Because for months, I had quietly loved a girl who never owed me anything, and now she wanted me to meet the two people she feared disappointing the most. Call to action 1 right after hook. Before the story continues, if you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the beauty of unexpected love, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to channel name. It truly supports the channel and helps more people discover these emotional stories. I still remember how her voice trembled when she explained everything. She told me her parents thought she was living a full, stable life, something she had been struggling to build for years. She had worked tirelessly after moving to the city, juggling 2 jobs, late-night shifts, and an apartment too small to hold her dreams. Her parents, simple and traditional, had always wanted her to have someone who cared for her. They worried about her being alone. And to silence their fears, she had told them she wasn't alone. She told them she had someone. She told them she had me. I wanted to ask why she chose my name. Why she didn't just invent someone else. Why she placed a piece of her life, something so intimate, in my hands. But when she looked at me that night with a mix of desperation and silent apology, the questions dissolved. She didn't owe me explanations. She just needed help. And I wanted, more than anything, to be someone she could rely on. The days leading up to their arrival were a blur of preparation and panic. She invited me to see her apartment, really see it, for the first time. It was small but filled with her warmth, mismatched cushions she bought from thrift stores, plants she rescued from dying, little notes she wrote to herself taped to the mirror. Be patient. Keep going. You're stronger now. They were pieces of her heart placed where only she could see them. She walked me through what she had told her parents about me. A kind man, simple, hardworking, someone who treated her well. Hearing those made-up qualities stung in a way I hadn't expected, because they were the things I wished to be for her, not as an act, not for a day, but for real. She didn't see how nervous I was. She was too busy worrying about everything that could go wrong. On the day her parents arrived, I wore the cleanest shirt I had, rehearsed the polite smile I hoped didn't look forced, and practiced calming my pounding heart. When they stepped out of the car, a warm-looking couple with age lines carved by both love and hardship, I saw her shoulders tighten with anxiety. She wanted them to be proud. She wanted them to believe she was living a life worth smiling over. When her father shook my hand, I tried to grip firmly, confidently. But he held my hand longer than a casual greeting. His eyes searched mine. Not suspiciously, but curiously, almost gratefully. As if he saw something he wished for his daughter. Her mother, who hugged everyone with the kind of affection that made strangers feel like family, hugged me too. She smelled like home-cooked meals and soft evenings. Inside the apartment, I played my part. But somewhere in the middle of talking to them about work, about the city, about her, I realized I wasn't pretending. The things I said about her came from the truth I had kept quiet for months. How hardworking she was. How kind she was. How she always found a reason to smile even on the hardest days. How she made people want to be bettered. I didn't know her parents were watching me more closely than I thought. And when they exchanged small smiles behind her back, something warm settled in my chest. After dinner, her father asked to speak to me alone. I followed him to the balcony, nervous. The city lights flickered below us, and his voice was quiet when he said, "My daughter, she has struggled more than she tells us. She hides her pain to keep us from worrying." But today, she looked happy. Truly happy. And I think you have something to do with that. I didn't know what to say. My throat tightened, and my chest felt heavy. How could I tell him the truth, that we weren't actually together, that I was only here because she asked, that her happiness wasn't mine to claim? But then he placed a hand on my shoulder and said something that changed everything. "Son, if you care for her, even a little, don't let her walk through life alone." Those words haunted me long after the night ended. When her parents finally left, she broke down. Not out of sadness, but relief. She thanked me again and again, tears slipping down her cheeks as she said she couldn't have done it without me. She said her parents were finally at peace. She said she hadn't seen them this relaxed in years. And then, with a shaky breath, she whispered, "You asked earlier. Will they like me? They didn't just like you. They adored you. They said I was lucky." Her voice cracked on the last word. She stepped back slowly, as if afraid to say what came next, and in that moment, something inside me finally gave way. I stepped closer, gently wiping her tears with my thumb. I told her I didn't help her out of obligation. I didn't help her because she asked. I helped her because somewhere along the way, without realizing it, I had fallen for her. Her strength. Her gentleness. Her stubborn hope. All of it. She looked at me like she had never seen me before. Like I was something new. Something she didn't expect but couldn't look away from. And for the first time, she didn't hide her feelings behind jokes or awkward smiles. She whispered, almost breathlessly, "I didn't tell them you were my boyfriend because I needed a lie. I told them because, maybe I wanted it to be true." That night, without scripts, without pretend smiles, we finally stepped into something real, something fragile, beautiful, and terrifyingly honest. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, and somewhere along that quiet stretch of time, we didn't have to pretend anymore. Her parents visited again, this time knowing the truth and loving it even more. Her father's words stayed with me forever: "If you care for her, don't let her walk alone." I didn't. I never planned to again. Call to action 2 near ending. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support allows stories like this to keep reaching people who need them. Special request: before you go, please comment below. Love deserves honesty. Thank you for watching, and may your heart always find the love it deserves.